I'm sure I've been here before. Good evening.
Good evening.
If you have a mobile, if you would like to put it on silent, please, thank you. I'll start laughing, I won't be able to say it. Please welcome for the first time Katherine Beaumont from just up the road in High Bentham with How a Horse Riding Accident Improved My Life. Finding a deep, finding a deeper connection with animals. Katherine was badly injured in a horse riding accident, and through meditation, whilst injured, she acquired a deeper understanding of horses and them with her. She also teaches owners how to train horses and dogs. She runs all the W's happiness.hub.uk. Please welcome Katherine Beaumont.
Good evening. So I meditate with horses, and I assume that you're wondering why. That was actually quite relaxing, even though it was deafening at the same time. But this is what I do mainly on a daily basis. So, how did I get into this? Well, I used to be a bit nuts.
A bit nuts. You're in good company.
So I used to run around like I thought that if I stopped, everything would just fall apart. And I had a timetable stuck to my fridge, which started at 5 AM and finished at 8, and it was chung 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 chung. So I used to run around, working hard, running a business, 3 kids, horses, and I had a timetable stuck to my fridge, which started about 5 and finished about 8, and it was chung 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 chung. And I used to get on my horses like they were bikes, basically. We've got 55 minutes to do this. Off we go, and then off. And then one day we were riding along, and I had my horse trainer's voice in my head saying, "Show him who's boss, you're in charge," you know, that kind of thing. Very traditional way of horsemanship, which is you make them frightened of you so they won't be frightened of anything else. You show them. And he was frightened of a dog, I think, in a garden that we were going past, and I was making him go past, and he just reared up, flipped over and landed on me and smashed my pelvis, broke my pelvis in 4 places, and literally stopped me in my tracks for months. So I couldn't walk, couldn't ride, couldn't work. So I ditched my business, I completely slowed down. I was studying yoga and meditation at the time, and I started to meditate in the paddocks with my horses, just as a way of spending time with them, really, because I couldn't ride. So, but then I noticed that their behaviour completely changed. Like they came to lie down next to me, and I realised I've never seen my horses lie down before. So I carried on doing this, and then I invited my meditation teacher to come and do it with me. And she was like, "Wow, this is amazing, you know, this is so profound, this is a thing." Then I started inviting other people, and it just grew. And then it kind of turned into a therapy. So people were getting therapy from it. They were finding that their feelings were coming to the surface, they wanted to talk. So it just grew from there. And that I've been doing that for about 4 years now. So I think that with meditation practice, I think that horses are a fast track into your meditation practice. I think that they can bring about peace of mind very quickly. And in order to find out what creates peace of mind, I think that we have to look at what prevents peace of mind. So most of us have got very busy minds. Lots of neurological noise going on. Apparently we have 40,000 thoughts a day. And usually, if you observe your thoughts, if you look at what you're actually thinking about, you'll notice that your thoughts are either in the future or the past. And this is what we call higher self or observer, or a watchtower over your thoughts. When we meditate, we kind of watch the thoughts coming and going. And it's very rare that we're ever present. Unless you suddenly go, oh, look at that tree. You're always in the future or the past. So you'd be thinking, the next moment's more important. I need to get on with this. I'm here, but I need to be there. I'll be happy when I'm thinner, when I'm on holiday, when I've got a new car, when I've got more money, when I've got a new partner. Or you're regretting and resenting, or thinking, I wish I hadn't done this, or I wish I hadn't done that. Usually negative things, usually neurological pathways take us down a negative path. But the key to happiness is actually staying in the present moment. And if you stay in the present moment, you'll usually find that you haven't got any problems whatsoever. So right now, none of you have got a problem. There isn't anything wrong. Nobody's trying to eat you, you're not hungry, you're not in danger. And some of you might say, no, well actually I'm really anxious about this thing. But if you look at that, if you watch it from the point of an observer, you'll notice that it's either in the future or in the past. So horses are very present. They spend most of the day standing around in fields, being present. And this is imperative for prey animals that from an evolutionary perspective are hunted by predators. They have to be aware of every moment for vital information. So therefore they're very tuned in to the present moment. So when we get present with horses, they understand that language and it has a very powerful effect on them. And of course, when we get present, it creates happiness because it takes us out of the thoughts that create anxious feelings. So this is lovely. This is a family that came to me for a horse meditation. Mum, stepdad, daughter, all just got on the floor and had a big nap together. Very beautiful. So just talking about what meditation can do for the body and the mind. So it can lower blood pressure, lowers your heart rate, it improves your immune system, it can prevent arthritis, fibromyalgia, prevent diabetes, it alleviates depression, soothes anxiety and panic disorders, better for sleep, lowers your cortisol levels, increases your serotonin, your happy hormone, lowers your blood pressure and increases your bonding hormone, oxytocin. But it also does this for animals. So if you meditate with animals, it's doing this for the animals as well. So you're connecting on that level. Your physiology is kind of syncing with each other. So if you have dogs or cats or horses or any animal, any pet at all, if you meditate with them, then you're healing them physically as well as emotionally. So horses are very relationship oriented. So they're herd animals, they live for the herd. If they're ostracised and on the outside of the herd, or they get lost from the herd, then that's tantamount to death, basically. So they're only safe as part of the herd. And they have very defined relationships and roles and hierarchies. So in that sense, they live for connection. So when people come to connect with the horses, and horses will invite you in as a herd member, it has a very profound connection in the way that they're not interested in any social or mental agenda. They don't care what you look like, they don't care what car you drive, they don't care what clothes you wear, they don't care how much money you've got. All they're interested in is what's in here and your intention. So if you meditate with them and you're very calm, and I always find that in a meditation practice, people are absolutely at their best with the most loving intention, then horses will connect with you very deeply. They'll come to you, they'll want to connect with you. And in this sense, it's a great way to train animals because they're open to listening. They're very connected with you and they're open to listening. You can't really teach them how to do anything when they've got lots of neurological noise, lots of anxiety, lots of things going on. And normally horses are used to associating humans with adrenaline, show jumping, racing, riding, galloping, tack, head collars, that kind of thing. But when you meditate with them, it opens up a whole new dimension of connection with the horses. And really the meditation is just a way of preparing your body for that connection. And that's when the magic happens. And really, at the end of the day, as human beings, as animals, as mammals, all we want to do is find community and connect with each other. That's what we're all looking for. But I think that society has made us wary of connection. And sometimes this is shown through our destructive behaviours. We're seeking things all the time, we're looking for things, we're addicted to things. But what it boils down to is that we're all looking for something a little bit more meaningful, and that's connection with each other. I think it's really important that we connect with nature. There's a false dichotomy between man and nature in that we are part of nature, we need nature, but that we've removed ourselves from it, and I think this is the major cause of man's emotional distress, and as a result of that, our destruction of the earth. But in coming back to nature, in using animals, connection with animals, I think we can find our way back to happiness. But we've disconnected ourselves in such a way that people who live in cities and work in offices all day and they're plugged into screens all day are deeply unhappy and always looking for something, but trying to find it in repeated consumerism and never actually quite getting there. Nature has a very easy way of making us happy. For a start, plants and trees give off special chemicals called photosides, which they release into the atmosphere, and these are things that are designed to prevent disease and fungi in the plants and trees, but we inhale them and it actually boosts our immune system. And our immune systems are closely connected to depression and happiness. So this is a group that I had at the Happiness Hub, just getting down, meditating with the horses, breathing it all in, being very still. And as you can see, the horses are getting very sleepy. So once you start meditating with the horses, they pick up on the peaceful feeling.